Hey Jude, it's Livery here on the ground at Melbourne, heading up to Sydney today, and coming up in the next week is a certain event that we hold every year called WorldFlight. We'll be starting on Sunday the 5th of November, going through to Saturday the 11th of November, starting off in Sydney Airport and heading around the world back to Sydney Airport. This year we've got 49 legs instead of the usual 45. They've managed to squeeze in a few extra legs by making some of the longer legs shorter, and then they fit in a couple of extras. So today we'll be flying Qantas 737 up from Melbourne up to Sydney, repositioning ourselves for a world flight. So make sure that you do join us Sunday the 5th of November, about is it 9 AM or 10 AM Australian time. That may be Sunday, and there'll be Saturday, something like 2200 UTC, or 2300 UTC. Can't quite remember the time frame there, but no worries. It's a 24-hour event that goes for 7 whole days, 24 hours a day. So make sure that you visit the website. That's www.worldflight.com.au. and you'll get to see what's going on, where the aeroplanes are, fly along with us on vatsim, donate to your favourite charities. There's quite a few charities in Australia. I've got the main one at worldflight.com.au, and from there you can also see the links to your local team that you may wish to support in lieu of the main one. Nevertheless, we're going to jump on and get ourselves up to Melbourne on board the PMDG Boeing 737. Hit the IRS. Open the door here and there. And we can pop the IRS position right there. Right, we're going Melbourne to Sydney. And YMML YSSY 01. Call sign is Qantas 478. Melbourne does sold CSAT, that's correct. Activate that through. So your fuel weight today is 57.6. Take the reserves off here. The alternate is 9.8 and fixed reserve of 1.09. I'll call it 2. Cost index is 23. Flight level 370. So look at cruise winds and ISA deviations at top of climb. So wind 232 at 37. And ISA deviation at +9. That's sorted. Selected outside temperature will be our D rate. And let's have a listen to the ATIS, which is 1180. So we're going radio 2.
QNH1014. On first contact with Melbourne, ground or approach, notify receipt of information, Sierra. Melbourne, terminal information, Sierra. Runway 34. Wind 020 degrees 8 knots. Cab OK. Temperature 090. QNH1014. On first contact with Melbourne, ground or approach, notify receipt of information, Sierra. Melbourne, terminal information, Sierra, runway 34.
Hey, information is Sierra, runway 34, QNH 101, I believe it was 4, yep. Double check on live weather. Yep.
Morning.
4 minutes out. Let's start the APU. APU starting. Got things I need to do. Cool, so it's runway 34, D rate will be 51. And a takeoff, flaps 5. Center gravity is 24.5. So have a chat to the ground and get ourselves clearance, 121.7. Melbourne ground, Qantas 478 requesting clearance to Sydney.
Qantas 478, Melbourne ground, good evening, cleared to Sydney via WorldFlight plan route, and 5,000, decimal 9 departure runway 4, squawk 3075, departures 2.0.
Qantas 478, clear Sydney via Docel 9 departure, runway 34, initial climb 5,000, squawk code 3075, departures 132.0, Qantas 478.
Qantas 478.
Alright, so squawk 3075. Runway 34, Docel 9, set. Close the disco. There's our V-speed with the balance field, 137, rotating at 139 and 144 for the V2. 5,000 feet is set.
Melbourne ground, good evening, Qantas 228, request insurance when available.
Qantas 228,
APU's ready.
Melbourne ground, good evening, cleared to Sydney via Docel 5 plan route, maintaining 5,000, Docel 9 departure runway 34, squawk 3074 and departures 132.
Love that was a bit scratchy, but
Just drop them off for a second and switch up there. Cool. There we go, one time. Cool. That's on a brief. So departing Melbourne today on the Docel, we're at gate Charlie 4. We'll back out with the nose to the left. taxiing out via either Tango or Echo, then down Alpha. Right, we'll go down to Juliet. We can take Juliet if they offer it. I'll start at Kilo. Got a 3,600 metre long runway, and if it's from Juliet, it'll be 3,400 metres. V-speeds have been set with a V2 climb of 144. Do have any issues with the engines? We can make a air return, likely to make a left-hand circle on the runway 34. Terrain, nothing much off the end of the runway. There is Mount Macedon, I suppose, well in front of us, about 10 to 15 miles. Departure as shown, runway 34, 4.6 up to 1500, then 3.3, tracking to Rockdale and Sally and Docell. Using VNav and LNav today with flight directors. And we can add the flight directors now. Checking that I've got everything there. Quite happy with that. We can disconnect from the ground power. And I'll have a chat to the cabin. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the captain speaking from the flight deck. My name is Trent, and joining me on the flight deck is First Officer YouTube. We'll be flying up to Sydney today as Qantas Flight 478. I do welcome you aboard our Boeing 737, which will be taking you up there on a flight about 1.5 hours flight time. Cabin crew will be coming through the aircraft to ensure that everything is okay and to present safety briefing. I do ask that you pay them your full attention. I'm sure they'll introduce themselves, what's with you, and I do hope you have a very enjoyable, relaxing flight up to Sydney. Thanks for flying with Qantas. Okay, got all the papers, and our numbers are set. Final load sheet is checked. So we'll put it there. So 161 passengers and 4 kids. Zero fuel weight 57.53. We could put in 57.6. Let's get that a little bit closer. Done. Verify the takeoff speeds. They wouldn't have changed much. They're exactly the same. Cool. Alrighty. So I'm pretty much ready to go. We'll sort out the ground and get ourselves pushed back.
And seaboard 841, ready for push.
Information was Sierra.
Bit 841, push approved.
Push approved, 821.
So the Melbourne ground Qantas 478 is ready for push. Gate is Charlie 4.
Qantas 478, push back approved.
Push approved, Qantas 478. Push back, we have our close to push, our nose to the left.
Off with these yellows in SNR 17, pick up through please.
And we can start at will.
Foxtrot Charlie Whiskey Sierra.
Back's coming up.
Cross really broken.
Make sure the cabin doors are set. Cabin crew, arm doors, and cross track.
Yes, Melbourne ground. I tell you because I got a first connected to the exit plan. I would have liked to check the voice. Connect.
Foxtrot Charlie Whiskey.
Okay, we'll start off
very
number
broken
2,
and unreadable.
set to ground.
I'm just trying to fix it with your network connection. Otherwise, it's pretty hard to hear what you're saying.
Okay, I can hear you better. Can you hear? 5.
20% on the N1. Number 2, set idle.
And Speedbird 841, ready for taxi, runway 34.
Speedbird 41, taxi to
Parking brake is set.
calling point runway for the Ingo. Let me know if you require echo there, time 07.5.
Welcome to Qantas in the spirit of Australia.
I see your pickup for Speedbird 841, you just crashed.
And we're going to start on number 2, we'll start number 1.
With after Alpha and Tango.
841, taxi to holding point below via Tango.
Kilo via Tango for 841.
And number 1 set.
When you're this high up, strapping in is a must. Fasten your seatbelt when setting the clasp to the buckle and tighten by pulling the strap. You can undo your seatbelt by lifting the flag. Keep it done up low and tight. Take off, landing.
Speedbird 841, can we confirm, is that Kilo, holding point Kilo via Tango for Speedbird 841?
Speedbird 41, AFM, go Alpha to point Kilo.
If oxygen is required, a mask will drop from above.
Tango, Alpha for holding point Kilo for Speedbird 841 Heavy, thank you.
And that's a good start on number 1.
Fix your own mask first,
No worries.
and then help others.
Set flows. Taxi lights in. Maybe you can go up.
Jacket for a reason. So know where yours is.
Packs are set.
Seat has a life jacket under it, next to it, or in the leg rest.
Alright, that's one checklist. Before that, we need flaps 5.
43619, contact hour 120.5, have a great night.
Clip at the front. Then
5 is set.
there's a red tag. and a whistle and light. Make sure
And
you
we'll
only
set the
follow the light after you leave the aircraft.
takeoff trim.
In the unlikely event of an emergency, make sure you're familiar with the brace.
Got the takeoff trim set will be 4.67.
Brace by
Set
folding
7.
your arms on the back of the seat
Pretty
and
well.
rest your forehead on your palms.
Okay then, before takeoff checks, flaps are set, green light.
You can't reach the seat in front.
Stabilizer
Be as
trim
fast
is
forward
set,
as you can.
4.7, and cabin report, just waiting on that. Start that taxi.
If your seat has a sash belt, sit upright, place your hands on your legs and bring
Information
your
is 0.
chest.
Lovely ground, Qantas 478 is ready for taxi, information 0.
Taxi to holding point via Go Alpha, time 10.
Tango and Alpha, Qantas 478. Tango and Alpha, sounds like we're going all the way to Kilo, all good. Park and brake is released.
The crew members are pointing them out now.
Cross, I'm getting no sound from you or whatsoever. Make sure your microphone's not muted. Sounds like.
Okay, coming out on Sierra.
Qantas 228, we're ready to push back, Charlie 8.
Qantas 228, push approved behind the company 737.
Push approved, and we copy the company 737, Qantas 228.
Yeah, that company is no effect now.
Yeah, I'll just wait for him to clear. Thanks.
It's 41, your number 2 behind the 737, contact Melbourne Tower 120.5 with it.
120.5, have a nice time. See you later.
Fun
Same
delivery,
across
this
calling,
one.
no voice coming from you.
And if you missed anything, it's on your safety card and your seatbelt. For important information, update lane proposals, or DVT, check the health and safety section of your Qantas website.
That's up there. Don't often see a KLM down here.
It's the crew's job to get you where you're going safely, so follow their instructions at all times. Welcome to the Spirit of Australia, and have a great flight.
Melbourne ground, good day, William off Mike 475, runway located.
Hello Lima Alpha Mike 475, welcome to Melbourne. Taxi ramp at your own discretion. Give way to the Qantas 737, passing left to right.
Taxi to the ramp on my discretion, William off Mike 475, thank you.
475, give way to Qantas 737. He's going to be to right about 11 right now.
Say again for William off Mike 475.
Alpha 475, give way to Qantas 737.
I see the traffic ahead of me, William off Mike 475.
Feeling Alpha Mike 45 behind to give way to him and behind the ramp was here.
Taxi behind traffic, William off Mike 475.
Qantas 228 with information Sierra, ready for taxi.
Qantas 2, thanks for Sierra, taxi to holding point Kilo via Tango Alpha on 6.5.
Taxi a holding point, runway 34 via Tango Alpha, Qantas 228.
Qantas 478 reaching Kilo, contact Melbourne Tower 120.5 with you. Qantas 478, contact Melbourne Tower 120.5 with you.
What is 0.5, Qantas 478.
You're them off, my
05 set. Okay, let's do the switch over. Okay, the heat is set. Continuous ignition is set. Flap set. Auto throttle is armed. And we'll run the clock with the clearance.
And speedbird 841 is airborne, climbing 1,600 to
Transponders up.
5,000.
Speedbird 841, thanks, contact departures 132.0.
132.0, have a nice night.
One 320 is set in the standby. City Tower, Qantas 478 is ready, runway 34.
Qantas 478, runway 34, line up. Correction, runway 34, clear for takeoff.
Runway 34, clear for takeoff, Qantas 478. Clear for takeoff. Strobes are in. Taxi lights off. Landing light is on. Continuous ignition is set. Clock is running.
I'm going to try velocity 10.2 on base, runway 34.
Velocity 1332, thanks. Report final runway 134.
Report final runway 34, velocity 10.2.
Clear for takeoff. Got someone on base, let's go.
Velocity 10.2,
50-60 stable, Toga set. $80.
Velocity 10.2 on final runway 34.
V1 rotate. V2.
Velocity 1332, expect late landing clearance. Expect late landing clearance, Velocity 1332. Actually, Velocity 13, runway 24. Repeat Velocity 1332. 1332, clear to land 34. Please land Velocity 1332. Qantas 478, contact departures 132.0, good day.
Departures, Qantas 478.
Cleared on have approach from A34. Cleared on have approach from A34, Qantas 465.
Flap 1. Departures, Qantas 478 is climbing through 3000.
Qantas 478, Melbourne approach, g'day identified, climb flight level 240.
Level 240, Qantas 478, and flaps up.
Melbourne approach, good evening, speedbird 841, we've got
Level 240 set.
Flight plan here to, actually, we're required to do a lot of turns on this waypoint. Are we allowed to go direct to Ebony?
Speedbird 841, Melbourne approach, stand by. Bravo Juliet Whiskey, approach descend 3000. Sitting 3 taps, Bravo Juliet Whiskey. Qantas 465, contact the tower 1205. Contact 1205, 455. Velocity 1619, contact the contact center 124.0.
Center 4.0. 219, okay.
The correction speedbird 841 approach, confirm you wanted direct Ebony.
Affirmative, we can confirm, yeah, we did want to go direct Ebony.
Okay, stand by. Bravo Juliet Whiskey cleared on approach
10,000, let's go to the other part 1.
Contact tower 120.5, okay. Cleared on approach from the G4. Yeah, 120.
And I've takeoff jacks. The leads off, ignition is off, leads are on. Packs all loaded. Landing gear is up and off.
Melbourne approach, Qantas 465, climbing through 2,100 for 3,000, approach runway 34. 465, Melbourne approach identified, climb 3,000, expect vector as usual, runway 34. Climb 3,000, Qantas 465. Speedbird 841, unable to track you direct Ebony at this time. Are you able to go direct yourself?
The way home we're going now is Joesdell, and then far from that is Ebony. We kind of don't require direct
Yes or no?
thanks to the Seabird 841.
Seabird 841, no worries, you can actually contact Center 124, that's 10 now, g'day.
124, that's 10, yeah.
Bravo Juliet Whiskey, if I haven't already told you, go to Tower 1205. Qantas 455, climb 4,000 visual and turn left heading 270.
Climb 4,000 visual, turn left 270 Qantas. Melbourne departures, good at Qantas 228, please, on 5,000.
Plus 228, Melbourne approach, g'day, identified, climb flight level 240.
Level 240,
Sounds auto.
228.
Qantas 478, contact Tower.
Minus 3 cloud.
Center 124, that's I'm sorry, g'day.
One 4.0, Qantas 470.
Qantas 465, continue that left hand.
That's Qantas 447, Melbourne approach 132.0.
The worst of it,
132.0.
drop the engines, we'll leave the wings on for a little while.
And Qantas 1554, your winds are 330 at 0935, clear for takeoff, call me airborne.
Clear for takeoff, we'll call when airborne.
Melbourne, the centre, Qantas 478 is climbing through level 205 for flight level 240.
Qantas 442, contact Melbourne Center 129.8.
129.8, Qantas 442, good night.
Melbourne Centre, Qantas 478, climbing to flight level 4 at 240 out of 220.
Qantas 478, Melbourne Center.
Okay. That's probably looking at the guy in front of us. Anyhow, here's WorldFlight. Another reminder. We have WorldFlight Australia coming through. We've got a bunch of teams coming through this year. We see WorldFlight itself.
Plus the
Clipper 747.
Contact
Mangrove,
Melbourne approach
Perth,
on
Team Airbus, which is an hour.
132.0.
Hobart, down to Hobart, Tassie.
132.0, will be 830.
They're fairly new. Team Nobby. Noble.
Qantas 74, descend to at 9,000, QNH 1016.
Simfest UK and also the WorldFlight UK. Have the 737. JetSim UK, WorldFlight Germany, Team Airbus 330 and WorldFlight Team USA and the Midwest 737.
Well, we're approach Qantas 1554, airborne passing 3000.
Qantas 1554 identified, climb 10,000.
Climb 10,000, Qantas 1554.
Once we get our climb, hopefully that'll happen soon, I'll let you in on our legs where we're going. So we're going north.
Speedbird 4-1 heavy, climb flight level 300.
300, Speedbird 841 heavy, thanks.
Someone's control up there. So what we're doing with our fuel. Fuel 3.5 on arrival. Docell's just behind us. .3 at Docell, current 4.9. How's Ebony looking? 4.3 at Ebony, 4.5.
And Speedbird 841 will be 5 minutes away from the cockpit.
Speedbird 841.
Velocity 888, Crossroads.
Velocity 888, stand by. One is 1554, contact Melbourne Center 129.8. Qantas 1554, Melbourne Center 129.8.
Yeah, copy, changing frequency 129.8, Qantas 1554.
Velocity 888, start clearance, Lizzie 4 Alpha, runway 34. When ready, descend flight level 290.
V4 Alpha, approach runway 34, when ready, turn 290.
Velocity 888, correction, when ready, descend flight level 250.
250.
Qantas 461, when ready, descend to 9,000, QNH 1016. I'm ready to descend 9,000, QNH 1016, 461.
Pointing out the RCs off. Not sure when our climb will be coming, but just looking through the routes for WorldFlight this year.
Qantas 478, climb flight level 340.
How about 340, Qantas 478. 340 set.
Melbourne, Qantas 228, with maintaining flight level 340.
Qantas 228, you can climb flight level 370.
Flight 370, Qantas 228.
Good evening. And Speedbird 841 will use.
Qantas 228, maintain your present speed on the climb.
Maintaining present climb speed, Qantas 228.
Velocity 1089, Melbourne Center, g'day.
Good evening, Melbourne Centre. It's good to speak with you and hear you. Velocity 1089, sir, we are at flight level 370, inbound home.
Velocity 1089, Center, g'day.
Seabird 841 with you.
Anyhow, now that I've got the climb, some of it anyway, let's have a look at
Seabird 841.
WorldFlight. We have Sydney to Brisbane starting off at 2200 UTC. That's on the 4th, so 2200 UTC.
Melbourne
so
Center, Qantas 461. Departed flight level
Sydney for Brisbane.
360, just 9.5.
And a couple of hours later we had from Brisbane to Cairns. From Cairns to Jackson, which is Papua New Guinea. And from there up to Franz Gassipio, which is WABB.
Velocity 1619,
Then Miller.
Mach speed.
Miller to Macau, MMC. Just doing another 12 points.
There you go,
Yep. Cool.
Velocity 1619, same Mach speed.
Anyway, from Macau we go to RCTP Taipei.
Good copy, decimal
Taipei
80.
to Nagasaki. From Nagasaki to Vladivostok.
Qantas 478, same Mach speed.
That's 478, currently Mach 0.75.
Qantas 478, maintain Mach 0.75, flight level 370.
Up roll 370, Mach 0.75, Qantas 478. 370 set, and we need to modify that climb speed.
Melbourne Centre, set the Mike with the extra past intersection Rummy and continuing to Canberra for a full stop approach and at flight level 150.
Mike Whiskey Yankee, Melbourne Center.
Climb speed set 75, and we'll leave it in cruise there as well. Obviously a lot of controls around, so there's quite a bit of traffic right where we are at the moment. We're leaving that guy below us. Sub 1's actually flattened out its climb, we've still got the 747 above us. Where were we on the route? Vladivostok to Petropavlovsk, Kamatsky. Great, thanks for that, Russia. From there off to Anchorage. Anchorage we go to Juneau, the capital of Alaska. Juneau down to Calgary in Canada. Calgary down to Salt Lake City. Salt Lake to Lindbergh Field, SAN. Is that San Diego? I think so. From there up to Austin, by the looks of things. They called it Robert Miller Mooney, but that's AUS Austin. And they're down to Cancun in Mexico. Mexico over to Kingston in Jamaica. Kingston to El Dorado SKVO. Where is that? Bogota, Colombia. Awesome. From there down to let's go. SP, I guess that's in Peru. Let's double check that so I'm not making fun. Yep, Peru. Cusco even. From there we head up to the high altitude airport of La Paz in Bolivia. And La Paz down to SBUA, that sounds Brazilian.
Send the memo, Paul, go away.
Yep, in the Amazon, Brazil. So, Gabriel de Coachella. That looks like a tiny little airport that 747s have no business going to. Quite hilarious. Sounds like they do that. From there we get another place I've never heard of before, TKPK. That sounds like it might be in the Caribbean.
Velocity 1619. You actually filed for flight level 350. Or you actually filed for flight level 345, which is non-standard, but I put you at 35.
So it gets to MUGM. Not sure about this one. Point Leeward. Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. They expect some really odd places for WorldFlight. Anyway, Guantanamo Bay to Orlando, Disney. Guantanamo Bay to Disneyland. Disneyland over to John F. Kennedy, New York. New York up to Goose Bay in Canada. And from there we're off to Stromford. And I'm guessing that's Greenland.
Qantas 478, stop your climb at flight level 350.
350, Qantas 478.
Velocity 1619, climb flight level 390.
Just caught me there. From Stromford, we can go to the obvious destination of Keflavik in Iceland, and from there over to EGPD. Sorry,
approach, and you can
Aberdeen. Okay, I know where Aberdeen is.
Get it from them.
There to Orlando.
Contact Melbourne approach on 132.0.
YSSY.
And just request vectors.
It should be Stockholm. Stockholm down to Innsbruck, the infamous Austrian airport. From Innsbruck direct to
Melbourne QNH,
lots of it somewhere in Africa.
Ready to send to 9,000.
Yeah, we don't want to film
9,000, 101.
Algiers in Algeria.
Jetstar 525, Melbourne Center.
LICJ sounds Italian to me. Porcello Airport.
Jetstar 525, your start
Palmyra.
clearance, Lizzie 4 Alpha, runway 34, when ready to send flight level 250.
And that is somewhere in Greece, not Athens, but was that Samos?
I need
okay, Samos.
We only have
From Samos to Queen Alia Airport, which would be Jordan.
Lizzie
From Jordan we go to Hamad Airport, which is obviously in Qatar, Doha. And from Doha we head to OPKC, which is I believe Karachi, in there we go, Jeddah. Yeah, it is Karachi.
Just there 525, descend to flight level 250.
DP, Indira Gandhi Airport, which is of course in
Delhi.
And from Delhi we go to Paro. Yes, VQPR Paro, the hardest airport in the world to land on. They're taking 747s in there. Good luck.
Qantas 228, you can climb flight level 370. Qantas 228, we're just coming up on flight level 3. You're reading something else?
ATTC Chiang Mai.
I've got several tags on top of one another.
How do we end up there?
I called the wrong one there.
Paro all the way across to
I thought I had a problem.
Thailand. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Nope, you don't.
From Thailand to another part of Thailand, we end up from Chiang Mai to Phuket or Phuket.
Qantas 478, you can climb flight level 370.
Oh, 370, Qantas 478. 370 is set. Lots of aircraft behind us, lots of aircraft in front of us. This is one Milkrun Monday and a half. Yeah, it's not as busy as I thought it was. It just happens that we all took off at the same time. out on the run. I think we can go ahead and sneak that limitation on speed off. Put 7.8. So let's just call it economy. There we go. So we're looking at, I believe, yeah, Phuket to Changi, WSSS at Singapore. From Singapore Changi to Bali, WADD. Bali to Darwin, and all the rest of that is in Australia. Darwin to Alice Springs to Adelaide, Adelaide to Melbourne, Melbourne to Sydney. So that's the route. You can find that at worldflight.com.au/ops/schedule. I'll just highlight the operations and click on flight schedules, and you'll see the time that's in UTC, both the departure and the arrival. As the event rolls through, you'll see it on the schedule page there. I believe they have a pilot roster as well, and I think that shows it in, yeah, Australian time. So if you're in Australia, particularly the east coast of Australia, in places that aren't Brisbane or Cairns, Queensland, then you will find that your Australian daylight savings time is right there. So if you're in Sydney or Melbourne or Canberra or Hobart, then that's the time frame you'll be working off. Alternatively, if you need it, you can just hit the flight schedules and you get it all in UTC. Anyway, I hope that you do show up to VATSIM or one of the real sit-in simulators and fly, donate, look at the webcams, chat to the guys at SimFest, because I know they're on Twitch and they'll be streaming the whole thing live. And they have a really cool thing where you can like chat them on Twitch, and then you donate. If you donate an amount for your chat message, it'll actually print out on their ACARS brand.
Just sir, 525, yes sir, that'll be fine. Just sir, 525, the QNH in Melbourne is 1016, descend to 9,000.
There goes Rossi, what, 1089, a certain Christian, saying that's good to see me online, and that he hopes to join me on a flight together at some point. And I'd encourage you to join us all on a flight together on WorldFlight. And if you're nearby one of the participating simulators, drop them a visit, say hello, throw them money, bring them food or drink. And yeah, it's a great community event, good, all for a good cause. The WorldFlight Australia group will be donating money to the Royal Flying Doctor Service of Australia, as we do every year. So all that proceeds goes to charity of some sort. Australia's WorldFlight donates to the Royal Flying Doctor Service. To donate, you just click on the obvious button, donate.
Hey, no, stay on this frequency, descend to 9,000, just star 525.
And there you go.
To descend to level 1,000.
So there we go. For the past 16 years, we've been able to donate $270,000 to the Royal Flying Doctor Service. Currently, we're looking for about $10,000 of donations. Obviously, the event hasn't started yet, so they're waiting that to build up. So head on into the WorldFlight Australia website and donate there. Alternatively, if you want one of the other guys, hit the home page and pick your regional team that you wish to pick. And I'm sure they'll have fairly straightforward indications on how to donate there. The guys at SimFest, you can watch them live on webcam during the event, and your message to them when you send money will be usually read out unless they're at a busy stage of the flight. But they actually print out on their ACARS system down, well, on their 747. They've got a printer out there that prints out a little bit of paper on a docket receipt that will carry the message that you send them when you donate. That's probably the biggest VATSIM event of the year. First week of November,
Speedbird 41,
WorldFlight.
contact Melbourne Center 129er.
And for those of you wanting to join, you can see those legs that we're flying. Feel free to log in, know the control. If you're a controller that's rated in the area that we're flying to,
Qantas
or
478,
fly along with
contact
us.
Melbourne Center on 129er.8.
129.8, Qantas 478. Melbourne, so the Qantas 478 maintaining flight level 370.
Qantas 478, sending good evening, Star Clearance Rivet 2, arrival runway 25, when ready, descend flight level 250.
Go to arrival runway 25 and ready down to flight level 250, Qantas 478.
Seabird 841 heavy with you, flight level 300.
Rivet 25.
Speedbird 841 heavy, sending g'day, Star Clearance Rivet 2, arrival runway 34 left, when ready, descend flight level 200.
200 and visual arrival for runway 34 left, Seabird 841. Is it okay if we maybe go for an aisle left?
Okay, we're currently across Tammy below 9,000 and a boogie above 6,000.
Spirit 8 fine, I'll let approach
Flight level 250.
approach, and just confirming, when ready, descend flight level 200.
250 set.
Yep, we'll descend 200 and we'll wait for
get
that
some charts.
confirmation on the left approach runway 34, Seabird 841 heavy.
Spirit 841. Qantas 1554, in my airspace to the north, Monsoon, 122, dash 5, see you later, mate.
Copy, monitoring 122.8, Qantas 1554, goodbye.
There we are, 25, haven't been at 25 for a while. So, let's have a look at our arrival. It's the Rivet.
Spirit 841, you can expect the old that's runway 34 left.
Crossing Tammy at 9,000, crossing Boogie at 6,000 or above. Vectors to final, possibly directly over TSAT, and then through the final and across. Here's the ILS. So ILS approach runway 25, looking for frequency 109.7.
Flight level 20.
Canadian Express 647, Sensei, g'day, score 3251.
32, the Canadian Express 647.
Very good. Runway itself is 2,300, so again 2,530 metres.
You said 1753, sending g'day, score 3260.
8,300.
Canadian Express 647, you are identified. The clearance is the Bori 6 arrival for runway 25.
Elevation is 20 feet.
Track direct Bori, descend flight level 250.
6 arrival for runway 25, track direct for and
set.
descend to 150.
CA3 is set.
27.
Using auto brake 2. Sure, do auto brake 1 to be honest.
GZ 1733, you're identified.
Probably vacate on Alpha and then cross Golf.
Reach Melbourne by Gizmo, flight level 320.
There's our set.
Yeah,
Minimum descent altitude is 270. descent now. See if we can catch the ATIS from out here. 12625.
Three, 4 knots. Have okay. Temperature 14. QNH 1017. On first contact with Sydney, ground for approach Sydney, information Juliet, expect independent visual approach. Runway 25.
Course 228 space, clearance for the 250.
Have okay.
Actually, the river 2, runway 25 when ready.
Yeah, with the 250 up 4.
128.
Straight down the middle of the runway. QNH is 1017, temperature's 14, and it's information Juliet. The 17 is in the standby.
Canadian Express 6.
And we'll have a jet to go.
Canadian Express 642.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Captain speaking from the flight deck. We'll be going to descend into Sydney at this stage. We're going to anticipate the rowing there within about 20 minutes. At this stage we'll be landing on runway 25, probably flying overhead the field, and then making a few turns into the
Oh, you're
final
breaking up a
approach,
bit
which
there,
will put
mate.
Sydney
Can you
Harbour
say again, please?
to our right hand side of the aeroplane
Can you give us
on the
a
approach,
heading
and including some great views of Bondi Beach and similar parts of the eastern suburbs. Just taking a look in the weather down in Sydney. We've got a temperature currently of 14 degrees Celsius, a little bit cool.
140, and will you require vectors for the rest of the flight, or just the heading?
Pretty much nicely scattered cloud, nothing too major, and otherwise fine.
140, and I
Thanks again for flying with us on Qantas Airways. Hope you enjoyed flying with us on Australia's best airline. Cabin crew, please prepare the aircraft for the arrival.
Qantas 478, traffic to 12 o'clock has paused or sim crash not sure. For separation, heading 020 immediately, and that's heading 020.
Take left heading 020, Qantas 478, and we'll maintain flight level 250.
And Qantas 478, you can descend to flight level 130.
Flight level 130, Qantas 478.
All stations inbound to Sydney, information Juliet. The only change, winds 250 degrees 4 knots, information Juliet to Sydney. Speedbird 841, just confirming, you weren't pausing before, were you, mate?
Negative, no, Speedbird 841, we've been having connection issues. Our aircraft's also not responding too well. I think we might have to hop off, make it easier for everyone else.
Good 841, it's fine at the moment, as long as, you know, you can kind of just stay moving for the majority of the time. If it happens again though, just let me know first, and probably should commence descent to flight level 200.
Oh, yeah, apologies, Speedbird 841, we're just having issues also. We've got a yoke plugged in, and we're having issues with controls. Something's not verified, something's not going in, so, yeah.
Qantas 478 aircraft is now, Qantas 478 aircraft is now clear. Resume our nav position 39 miles to the southwest of Rivet, track direct Rivet.
Track direct Rivet, nav, Qantas 478.
Melbourne, good evening, velocity 1089 with you at flight level 370, inbound Cullen.
Direct
velocity 917 evening, start clearance Rivet to roll for runway 34 left, descend flight level 250. Rivet 2, correction, Rivet 2 arrival, runway 34 left, when ready descend 250, confirming. Velocity 1089, confirm. Thank you, sir.
And for information, Qantas 228, we're well out of flight level 370 for 250.
Qantas 228, thanks mate. You can descend to 10,000, Sydney QNH 017.
Descend 10,000, QNH 1017, Qantas 228.
Velocity 1089, maintain present heading through Cullen. Maintain present heading through Cullen.
Roger that, so we'll maintain present heading through Cullen, velocity 1089.
Canadian Express 647, descend 10,000, Sydney QNH 1017. And just when you're tracking towards Boree now. Confirm.
Level 200. See what time's on.
Qantas 478, descend 10,000, Sydney QNH 1017.
Down at 10,000, QNH 1017, Qantas 478.
Speedbird 841, expedite
10,000
descend 10,000, QNH 1017.
Quite an international experience today. Lots of call signs where they're not normally at in the real world.
Speedbird 841, descend 10,000, QNH 1017.
Speedbird's doing Melbourne to Sydney. We have our KLM in Melbourne for some reason. That's all the kinds of things that you can expect
Speedbird
to see
841, Melbourne Centre.
down in...
Thank you. Qantas 478, report you indicated airspeed.
in WorldFlight. Qantas 478, indicated 265.
Qantas 478, increase 280 knots.
280 knots, Qantas 478.
Qantas 228, increase or decrease 280 knots. The sequence.
280 knots, Qantas 228. Velocity 1089, turn right heading 130.
Heading 130, velocity 1089.
Canadian Express 647. Just confirming you're tracking towards Boree and you'll be following the star from now on, right?
That's affirmative, 647.
647, thanks, mate. Speedbird 841, contact Sydney approach 124.4, good day.
124, that's Speedbird 841, apologise.
Canadian Express 647, contact Sydney approach 124.4, good day.
Down approach 14.4 for 647, cheers, thanks very much for your help.
Velocity 1089, descend to flight level 180.
Down to 180, velocity 1089.
Qantas 228, resume profile speed.
Profile 228.
A little bit of weather offshore, by the looks of things. Not going to be a factor though.
Qantas 478, resume profile speed.
Profile speed, Qantas 478. Temperature's +2. Just chuck it in for a second.
Velocity 1089, turn that's heading 010.
That's heading 010, velocity 1089.
Qantas 478, contact Sydney approach 124.4, good day.
Hello, 124.4, Qantas 478. Chucked in 136 as the approach.
And velocity 1089, just for information Juliet is Karen.
Quick squeeze.
QNH 1017.
Hasn't changed, cool. Sydney approach Qantas 478, descending at 10,000 out of flight level 113. Information, Juliet.
Qantas 470, good evening, we approach descend to 20,000. Expect the visual on my button.
Visual 25 approach, let's say again the descent, was that 10?
Qantas 470,
Didn't get it again, descend 2.
Qantas 478, descend to 6,000.
Go with that, 6,000, Qantas 478.
Sydney approach, good evening, Qantas 28, we're on the centre of 10,000, we have information due.
Qantas 228, good evening, Sydney FD to 8,000, expect the visual runway 25 approach.
Set the group.
Visual runway 2, Qantas 228.
Cabin crew, please be seated for arrival. Pressurization, land altitude is 0. Checked, clear items.
Good night.
Follow brake is set 1. Landing re-ref is set. 126. Approach briefing is complete. And altimeters. Altimeter set 1017. Checklist complete. Lights on.
38. Being Sydney approach. 1,000 expected short delay further climb. Can you repeat that again for Qantas 438? Qantas 438. Maintain 5,000. Or maintain 5, Qantas 438.
Sydney approach, Qantas 228.
Qantas 228.
Concern that missed a lower altitude, we're almost 10,000. It's 228.
228, descend to 6,000.
6,000, Qantas 28, thanks.
Speedbird 841, 05 actors upon it?
Negative, we're pretty sure this will lead us into 345. What's running? 16 running is for Sydney.
Speed 41 negative, 34 left. Cancel the start, heading 10.
120 is it?
Qantas 4, click on 280. Qantas 438, Qantas flight level 280. Oh, 280, Qantas 438. Qantas 428, cancel the turn left, heading 02.
Having 02.
Okay, being full, Qantas 438.
38, not me.
Qantas 478, heading 020.
Having 020, Qantas 478.
38. Station is 2 miles off the Wollongong. Track direct, plan route. Resume navigation. There is 0 navigation area Wollongong corners.
Carry the vector. Double change.
And Canadian Express 647, turn right heading 10. Turn right heading 140, Canadian 642. Canadian 647, descend now to 3,000. 3,000, Canadian Express 647.
Sydney approach, good evening, velocity 1089, passing 10,500 for 10,000, and we are inbound at receive information, Julian.
1089, Sydney approach. Evening, B7000. Visual. Sydney approach, so you broke up. Could you just repeat last transmission, please? Velocity 1089, Sydney descend to 8. Down 8000, cleared approach. We are assigned the 34 left, if that is still available, sir. 1089, hold the 34 left approach. 8000 left, 34 left, velocity 1089. Yeah, 1080. Qantas 228, cancel the start turn, left heading 360.
Turn left heading 360, Qantas 228.
Canadian Express 647, report visual. 6 visual. Canadian 647, clear visual approach, join business final, runway 2, push on contact the south, wait for 5. Your road paid. I think I got the contact chapter 1205 47. Canadian Express 47, join final, runway 25, cleared visual. Cleared visual approach to Express. Canadian 647, contact the tower 1. Tell them tower for 47 and thank you very much. Correction 478, descended 3000, turn right heading 0.
Down 3,000 feet, so again the heading. Turning right heading.
478, right hit 0.
Heading 070, Qantas 478.
479, descended 60. Confirming 6,000, velocity 1089. 1080 confirmed. Down to 6,000, velocity 1089.
Get old Sydney Harbour Bridge and the Opera House.
Sydney approach, Qantas 2.
Good, 81, turn right heading 250. Speed 841, turn 50.
Turn right heading 250.
060. Didn't really hear it properly, but 260 seems a bit nice.
Qantas 438. Qantas 438, contact Santa now. 298. 129.8, Qantas 438.
There's Tullamarine Lakes.
Qantas 228, turn right in 060.
DY Beach.
Turn right heading 060, Qantas 220, and we're still in 5.
Qantas 228, turn runway 25.
38, thanks.
220, sent to 3,000.
3,000, 228.
And Seabird 841, can we have a lower altitude, please?
Seabird 841, descend to 3,000.
3,000, 841.
Qantas 478, turn right heading 170, report visual.
I think it's heading 1-something 0, and we are visual. Qantas 478.
Qantas 478, join final runway 25, visual approach.
Runway 25, clear visual approach, Qantas 478. Heading didn't matter anymore. Speed down, 200.
And Qantas 478, sequencing, keep it 5, contact 12.5
Give a speed up and 120.5 south, Qantas 478. That was fast on the approach. First round
Speed at 841. From that ending clear. Intercell. Correction. Right, is 0, just maintain 3,000 to establish clear. 3-4 left approach, report established.
Could you repeat that heading for speedbird 841?
Speedbird 847, right, 30,
300.
And we'll take flaps 1.
Velocity 1089, descend at 3,000. Down to 3,000 for velocity 1089.
Under 05 is set.
CIP.
Canadian Express 647, taxi via Golf to the Bay.
Get down, please.
Taxi Golf 647.
Sydney Tower, Qantas 478 is final 182.
Qantas 478, good evening, clear to land runway 25.
25 cleared land, Qantas 478. Flaps 5. Speed check, 210 knots. 210 knots, flaps 5. There we go, there a bit. Flaps 15, speed check 15.
Sydney Tower, good evening, speedbird 841 on final for runway 34 left.
Speed 140 set, turning in.
Speedbird 841, good evening, expect late landing clearance.
My throttles.
Just late landing clearance, speedbird 841.
Working hard on this one.
And Speedbird 441, reduce minimum approach speed.
Reduce minimum approach speed 841.
Flat 25. I am visual. Check. That'll high.
All stations, any information, Juliet is now current changes, wind 220 degrees at 7 knots.
Down the Pappy.
500.
Speed.
Approaching minimums.
Stable.
Minimums.
Landing. Let's get that speed back in.
Jetstar 509, give way to the Air France 737 on top.
50. 30.
Jetstar 509, we'll give way to the company jet. Jetstar 509. Sydney, good evening, Qantas
60 knots, manual braking.
Mile runway 25. Speedbird 841, clear to land runway 34 left.
34 left, speedbird 841.
Oh, that was nice.
Qantas 228, Sydney Tower.
New Zealand 88 request taxi runway 25.
New Zealand 88, taxi via Golf, hold short, runway 34 left.
Novo Golf, hold short 34 left, New Zealand 88 heavy.
At 647 at the gate, shut down, thanks very much. 647, thanks for flying, good night.
Qantas 478 has vacated on hotel. Believe we're on hotel.
Qantas 478, taxi via Alpha, Foxtrot, hold short, runway 34 left.
Alpha Foxtrot, hold short 34 left, Qantas 478. Foxtrot. Did not expect that. That's okay. Alpha and Foxtrot. That works for us. Transponder can go off.
At 841, we are vacating on
some light self.
speedbird 841, would you like us to vacate left or right?
228, clear to land runway 25. Break, Speedbird 841, would you like the international or domestic bag?
We'll take the domestic, please, speedbird 841.
Speedbird 841, vacate to your right onto Bravo 9, please.
Okay, right on the Bravo 9, speedbird 841.
Sydney Tower, good evening, velocity 1089 with you, established ILS runway 34 left. Velocity 1089, good evening, Sydney Tower, expect late landing clearance. Velocity 1089, thanks.
Clear to land 5, Qantas 2 trade.
New Zealand 88 is holding short. Golf, close cross 34 left.
New Zealand 88, cross runway 34.
We have questions on Golf, holding Monaco, runway 25, New Zealand 88 heavy.
I don't got to see that. It's Foxtrot.
Tower going profile is you ready to go fly with Melbourne Air with position Julia.
Last aircraft taken, call sign only.
June Express Malaysia with your time red cap table.
Qantas 478, cross runway 34 left and continue along Bravo today.
Sydney Foxtrot and Bravo 38, Qantas 478. AFU starting.
AirAsia 345, standby. Air France 447, line up and wait, runway 25.
Line up and wait, 25. Air France 447.
Qantas 38, we're back. Right, Yankee for domestic 1.
Velocity 1089, clear to land, runway 34 left.
Runway 34 left, clear land, velocity 1089, thank you.
Qantas 228, taxi via Yankee, Golf, hold short, runway 34 left.
Yankee, Golf short 34 left, Qantas 228.
I did that all manually from the position overhead Foxtrot. Kind of lucky that I got the satellite there.
AirAsia 345, clearance available.
Don't often taxi in this kind of view.
Lower.
Can't see a thing down there though. Let's jump in. JPU is on the bus.
Air France 447, assigned heading left 200, contact departures when airborne, cleared for takeoff, runway 25.
200 departures after Air Force 47.
See which one we're going to.
Melbourne Tower velocity 1089, vacated the active.
Is it 7A or 6?
Velocity 1089, continue along Golf to the Bay.
Golf to the Bay, velocity 1089, thank you.
Qantas 228, cross 34 left and taxi via Bravo to the Bay.
4 left, Bravo to the Bay, Qantas
6 it is.
228.
Sydney to New Zealand, the heavy ready in turn, runway 25.
New Zealand 88 heavy. Jetstar 509, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, Jetstar 509.
Parking brake set. Mean it. There it is. KP's on the bus, AP can go on the bleed, and we can shut down.
Yeah. Air France 447, contact departures on 124.4.
Cabin crew, disarm doors, cross check. So here we go. Got to open up some doors. So there we go. Safe and sound in Sydney in the Qantas Retro Roo number 2. Hope you did enjoy that flight, and I also hope that you join us on WorldFlight in the next coming week. So that starts at 2200 UTC on the Saturday 4th. That's 9 AM here in Sydney. Sunday the 5th for our 49 leg trip around the world with the WorldFlight cruise. Please be generous with your donations. Please be generous with your time providing air traffic control and other traffic. Be patient in the skies, since we'll have a lot of traffic flying from one airport to another in point to point, and it will get crowded up there in the airspace. So expect things to be very strange. We'll have 747s going to places like Paro and Bhutan, and that tiny airport in Brazil that I looked at, which had nothing but trees around it. We'll have like 50, 60, maybe even 70 aeroplanes going in there in a single 2-hour period, and then trying to make their way back out again. And those airports are definitely not set up to handle that amount of traffic. Nevertheless, it's good to get to airports that we haven't been to before, and I think it will be the first time that WorldFlight has visited Paro, for certain. And if you can, get your 737s in there, and just hope that the guys on the 747s can get there. We've got real world, like real sit-in flight simulators going 747s. You know, obviously got Qantas 25, which is on motion platform. We've got the guys at SimFest UK in England, which is a 747 made out of real 747 parts. So yeah, be quite a challenge. Also donate to charities. The WorldFlight Australia group are donating to the Royal Australian Flying Doctor Service, and they provide medical care services to remote communities of Australia. Some of that is emergency care, some of that is clinical, like standard GP dental care as well. Out of not even country towns, like remote communities, ranches, places that are very far away from anything. That wouldn't be able to survive without that kind of support. And here's a really weird thing: the Royal Australian Flying Doctor Service is not actually government funded, so they rely on donations to make ends meet. It's a not-for-profit service, so it's all donor work and volunteer work to make that all come together. So be generous, and see you in the skies when you do fly with us on WorldFlight. This has been Musical Aviator. I'll see you guys up in the skies.